Some hopeful signs on the economy. Business sentiment among Korean manufacturers has risen for a second month in a row, especially for exporters. And their outlook for the month to come shows their expectations for the economy are rising. Shin Se-min reports.
Riding on the back of improving exports, business sentiment among Korean manufacturers seems to be warming up. The Bank of Korea says the business survey index of manufacturing firms stood at 76 in February, up 1 point from the month before, marking its second straight month of an increase. It's also the highest figure recorded in nearly 2 years. However, a figure under 100 still means pessimists outnumber optimists. Breaking it down, the sentiment figure for large conglomerates edged up a single point, while that of local exporters, where firms with more than half of their sales coming from overseas markets, jumped 2 points. The electrical equipment sector saw a rise in sentiment on the back of stronger global demand for semiconductors and display panels. Looking ahead, the forecast seems relatively hopeful as well. Korean manufacturers' outlook for March came to 81 as they expect to see an increase in domestic demand as well as exports. The Bank of Korea says that of the roughly 2,800 companies surveyed, local firm sentiment toward exports came to 92, up from 90 in February. The index for domestic sales too edged up 1 point to 90, and the sentiment of non-manufacturing companies spiked by 4 points to 77 from the 73 this month. In a separate survey by the Federation of Korean Industries, overall business sentiment for March reached a 5-month high. But concerns about the health of exports down the road continue to linger among some business sectors, citing the Trump administration's protectionist trade measures. There are also questions hanging over the government's latest measures, announced Monday, that are aimed at ensuring Korea's exports remain on strong footing and will play their part in brightening business sentiment. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.